What's going on, Elite Team, Team No Weight Machines, journalist family? Today I will be reviewing my first calisthenics battle against Dark Knight. Now, honestly, I've never done this routine after this, which the other day I was structuring a new program for myself, and I'm like, yo, why have you never done that battle, that routine that you did during that battle? That is a serious routine. And just so you know what the routine is, I'm just gonna say it right now. 20 standing ab rolls, 40 dips with 45 pounds, 20 pull-ups with 45 pounds, and one burpee to muscle up 20 times. Now, if you ever tried that routine, did I say it's Irvin Felix John? It's Irvin Felix John, just in case I didn't say it. But anyway, that routine right there will have you, if you're watching, on the edge of your seat, and if you're doing it, it will probably have you bent over into a trash can or a toilet. Oh God. Well, that's what happened to me at the end. But just for a little preference, what happened during this battle or leading up to this? So I had been traveling for 2 years, consistently back to back, right before I came back, and I was, you know, kind of doing a little bit of partying.
Another one. We the best music. I don't know if you can take it. No, you wanna see me make it. I wanna be the baby. Sitting in the sweaty back again from lazy. But the reason on the road. Then I get like it's a candy.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, a lot, but you know, you number one, you never underestimate your opponent. I had never done a battle before this, and I'm kind of like, yo, I'm fit. Like, what are you talking about, man? I don't need to train. I'm fit already. And no, there's a difference between exercising, working out, and actually training for a specific goal. Now, when the goal is competing, you need to be training. I'm gonna pump right now, looking crazy. You do need to be training. And never underestimate your opponent, and that's kind of what I did, and shame on me for doing that. Dark Knight had already had a good track record of being a phenomenal heavyweight athlete, not just a calisthenics athlete, but a heavyweight athlete, which I'm going to do a video on. People are like, oh, if you're big, you're not supposed to be able to move and do No, actually, the more... We'll get into a video about that in the future. But anyway, I will be reviewing the footage today. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up, and I'm gonna do an analysis and breakdown as to what happened during this battle. Irvin, what happened to you, man? What were you going through? What happened? Why were you throwing up in the trash can at the end of this battle, right? So we're gonna go over and slide over here. Shout out to That Is Good Money. He recorded this on his YouTube. So for the record, this is in 2017. No, I think this was. I think he posted this a little while after. I think this was 2016. The actual battle was in 2016. Okay, let's go ahead and fast forward. Dark Knight Brotherhood. But like I said, once again, shout out to Dark Knight. He's even heavier now. I think 210. He just did a 5MD challenge on Scott Burnhard's YouTube. I don't think it's copyright music, but I'm gonna turn it down just in case. Just in case. So as you see, number one, understanding, here's what my thing is, like, just go as fast as you can. Not understanding pace, because I've never done a routine where it's an actual battle, a challenge, where you're like, okay, you're trying to win, but you need a strategy. I had no strategy, I'm just going. Now, my core is as you see through here, relatively strong. I'm going all the way out, full extension, come all the way up to the top. It doesn't appear that this actual workout this exercise is Dark Knight Stronghold. A little bit compromised on the form, not too much, but he's not going out as far, and I was just flying through it. If I knew better now, and that's when I would say, like, what should I have done better? And I'm actually going to do the routine again. I'm going to record it, do the routine again. But if I knew better, I would have not just been trying to go as fast as I possibly can. So I finished the 20. Dark Knight is there, taking his time. Like I said, the form isn't all that. It's a little bit compromised. He's not going all the way out, but it still counts because they said we go up to that line. Now you see where the line is, so he's going up to that line, so it counts. And these are hard. If you've never done standing ab wheels before, go ahead and give them a go right now. Like if you have an ab wheel, go ahead and like pause this video right now and go ahead and try that. Now you see I'm starting with the dips at 45 pounds, and how many reps? 45 pounds. 40 dips. So as you see, full range of motion, going getting that 90, almost a little bit lower, full extension, full lockout on the dips. Now between this time and now, Dark Knight has evolved as an athlete. I've evolved as an athlete. I wasn't really, actually after this, like this wasn't my full-time thing. Now I'm making it, my full-time thing. So, I'm definitely looking forward to battling again in the future. So right now, for the past like 2 years, I wasn't really focusing on calisthenics too much, but still doing my exercise, but not really training. Now, as we're looking at Dark Knight's dips, not complete lockout. And here's what I say during a battle, right? And you'll hit towards the end of the video is going to make perfect sense. If one athlete has better form in relation to like what the competition standard is, like if like full lockout, if one athlete has better form and the other one doesn't, and let's say you have to review it, and the person who didn't have such good form finishes before the person who had better form, that person who had better form should have won. Simple. Now, like I said, as I get to the end, it's going to make sense. Watch. If you've never seen this battle before, you're going to know. So even with this, I had no strategy. I'm just like, go for as many as I can. Go for broke. Keep going for broke. It's not a good idea. I've learned that. It's like pace yourself. Don't burn yourself out completely. Give yourself enough time. Because here's the thing, even if a rep doesn't count, you still utilize energy to perform that rep that didn't count towards your goal, which would be winning the competition. One thing I've always been aware of is like my form, going through full range of motion at as best as possible. It's like go through full range of motion. And when it's competition standard, that's what they're looking for. Now, Dark Knight, as you see, he's corrected and he's now going full range of motion. And what you'll see is like as you get more fatigued, your form might actually improve. It's like, okay, you're slowing it down. You don't have as much energy to like rep as fast as you can. So as you see, now Dark Knight is going through pretty much full range of motion there. As you see, full lockout, full lockout. And by the way, you look at everyone in their attire. It was cold that day. If you see really only me and Dark Knight, well, towards the end, we're going to be the only ones with our shirt off. Everyone else is like, oh, nah, this is too hot for that. Okay, we got to add. Hold on. Sorry, good money. I'm skipping this ad. You still getting money, though. You trying to get them $10,000 checks, right? Facts. All right, so pull-ups now. Now pull-ups, mind you, after doing dips, now that is an extension movement, but you're still using very similar muscles as far as when it comes to the arms, and when you're doing dips. Now, you're not going to be as fatigued as if you were doing something like what else? Push-ups. You're utilizing a lot more when you're doing the pull-ups, a lot more of the larger muscle groups in the back. But obviously the arms are still involved. So your arms will be somewhat fatigued. And if you're not conditioned, you're going to know. You'll know. Trust me. So right now, starting nice and slow, going through full range of motion. Dark Knight is taking his time going through. Q over there looking. He's like, yo, let's see what Irv made of, right? See if you're gonna bang him out like that. But how many pull-ups? I think 20 pull-ups with 45 pounds. Whew, man, I still remember what I felt like, man. I thought I was gonna die. That weight was pulling. It's not about who's going the fastest. Remember that story of the tortoise and the rabbit, man. This what it comes down to for real. Is like having a strategy, knowing just keep going. And of course, when you're in competition, you got to meet the standard. It's not about just completing it. You're trying to win, so you have to have a strategy. Here, I had no strategy, just keep going. Really, that's what it was. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna break it up. I don't know how I'm gonna, section off the reps or whatever. How long should my rest be? Nothing. I was just going. No type of strategy whatsoever. I don't know for sure if Dark Knight had a strategy, but I'm assuming based on his experience of him being in battles before, it's kind of like, I know how this goes. And I'm pretty sure he's like, yeah, he might be ahead now, but we'll see if he keeps up that same momentum. Now, if I had kept up that same momentum from start to finish, different story. But right now, even as of right now, and I want you guys to pay attention to D-Real and all the reps that he's not counting for me, right? Pay attention. And this is what I mean by you're utilizing energy. Even if the rep is common sense, you might not get the rep count. Like towards your goal of, okay, you're trying to go for 20, now you're at 19, now you're at 20. No, if it's, you're pulling, chin doesn't go up, energy, guess what? No rep. So Dark Knight came over, and look at his reps. Clean. Clean. Yep, you see, so if you see what D-Ro just said, nope, no rep. I'm pulling, I'm utilizing energy, and the amount of those that I did, if I knew better, I would have rested longer and make sure every rep counted. That's what it comes down to. He said, nope. And I don't know, man, D-Real, you could tell me if this is something that's relevant, but if you're standing in front of the bar, well, I should know this too. I judge as well. If you're in front of the bar, sometimes it's hard to tell. And when millimeters count, it's tough. He said, nope. Again, when you're standing on that side, sometimes it's hard to tell if the chin is going over. If you're standing directly alongside, like that one definitely wasn't over. No way. The one before that, it could have been over, right? It could have been. But based on the angle when you're standing back and looking back, it is harder to see. That from my experience when I'm looking at people's, but that's why you should try and make it as obvious as possible. Like look at Dark Knight, he's going all the way over, chin over. It's not hard to tell that he's going over. But when you're in a battle like that, and I think he gave that one. Yep. So remember, it's 20 pull-ups. Nope, arms are dead at that point. Don't try, and you still utilize energy. All right. If you never saw this battle, I should have asked this at the beginning. What are your predictions? What are your predictions? How do you think this went? Where do you think? Who started falling off first? Who started getting fatigued first? You know, what are your predictions on that? I'll probably put this at the beginning of the video as an intro. Oh, look at that. Boom. Nope, he's not counting it. So you see, I'm doing all the kicking and everything and not counting. And this is what I mean. Like, if you know that you're strong at something in particular, it's like, hey, take your time. Like at the beginning, if I know, yo, I'm super good at pull-ups, weighted pull-ups, I would take my time on the ab rolls, take my time. Go nice and slow on the dips, take my time, not rush through it. And I know, hey, once I get onto them pull-ups, especially since it's low, it's further in the routine, I'm banging them out. Strategy. Now, as you see here, like you said, I'm doing a lot of non-counted reps, but it's still utilizing energy. So by the time it got to the end of that battle, where it was time for the muscle ups, I'm like, yo, I couldn't even do the pull-ups. I expect to do muscle-ups, and you're gonna see what that result was. You see how many I'm doing that don't count. Pay attention. Look at D-Real, not counting the amount of reps that I'm attempting to perform. An attempt is still a use of energy. You need a strategy. Dark Knight form, immaculate. He was going all over, full range. And as you see, 1 rep down, 1 rep down, 1 rep down. I think he finished. Nope, he's not finished yet. 1 rep, come down and relax, shake it off, continue. And as you see, because I'm behind now, I believe he's ahead. He's ahead by now for sure. He has more time to rest. He's like, hey, he's trying to keep up with me now. I see that he's struggling. I'm saying Dark Knight. He's like, he sees that I'm struggling. He's like, oh, okay. Let me take my time. Let me slow it down. Let me give myself more recovery. And then if I start to catch up, then he's like, okay, now I need to speed it up a little bit. But no need to kill yourself and fatigue yourself. If you're ahead by that far, you don't need to do that. Especially if some of the reps you might like be trying to struggle to count. And it doesn't count. You're like, I'm trying to stay ahead, and those reps that you're struggling to do don't count. You're wasting energy. But like I said, never underestimate your opponent. I came in, Doc hit me up about 2 weeks notice as I had just came back from traveling. And then he hit me up, and he's like, yo, you want to battle? I'm like, man, I do this. I've never been in a battle. You won't know. And that's the thing. I'm just like, yo, I work out. Like, I work out. But I wasn't training. There is a difference. You can't come from partying, doing all this stuff, all that for like 2 years. And then come and then like try and battle after like 2 weeks of preparation. No, it won't happen. So you gotta keep that stuff in mind. But like I said, not taking away from Dark Knight at all. Phenomenal athlete. And this was right after him coming off his win, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people who've seen it has like I think 2 million views from the battle that he did with Juice at Lincoln Terrace Park. So I think this was his next battle from that. And I think he's done. So he's done with the pull-ups. And then look at, I don't know what number I am, but look at, I'm on here, but look at how long after it takes me to complete. If you rest, look at that. Dying. And when I'm pulling, if you realize I'm coming like further away from the bar, that's energy. That's a lot of energy. You're pulling up and then going out, energy. Yeah, but I'm looking jacked, man. This light got me right. Pay attention to the video. What are you doing? Come on. So Dark Knight, recovering, taking that energy, that time to reboost his energy. Perfect. When you're ahead, you have the ability to do that. Don't run and jump into it one time and you start messing up and then your reps don't count. You're still utilizing energy. That can make or break who wins the battle. So this is what you see what I'm talking about there, how his hand kind of slipped. That's still energy. Still energy. So here's one thing, like if you're that far ahead, and it's like, hey man, take the time. Don't take vacation, but take the time to make sure, okay, I'm not gonna waste any reps. I'm not gonna waste any energy, especially when you're relatively far ahead. If you know that next person was already struggling with the workout prior, chances are they're not going to come in and just destroy the next part of the workout. Chances are. Sometimes it happens, but I'm just saying chances are. That's part of a strategy that you could think of there. But as you see, I'm not even finished yet. So you would hear what the other competitors' reps are. What are their reps? Oh, they're on 17. They have to go to 20. I'm going to rest some more. So as you see, at this point, Dark Knight just kind of, he lapped it from there. He's like, hey, this is it. What was I thinking at this point? I'm not sure. I was just like, yo, I don't know why I'm doing this right now, to be completely honest. I'm like, I did not think it was gonna be that hard. Oh, okay, I finished now. Now Quincy's like, all right, straighten up, straighten up. Now I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking, right? At this point, I'm kind of thinking, muscle, I mean, I know I'm good at muscle ups. It's a totally different story when you just try to do all those reps that did not count. And even if they did count, it's like doing all that. Honestly try it. If you battled before, let me know in the comment section below. And if you have a video of it, post it too. And also let me know what other battles you want to see me review. I got a couple lined up. So let me know. So as you see, that was clean. And if you're expecting to see a straight legs not bent muscle up after doing all that, no, that's not going to happen. Now, this is acceptable. As even a kip that major is acceptable. Now we're doing burpees and muscle ups, right? So you have to do a burpee first and then the muscle up. What's not acceptable? That was barely mine. That was barely acceptable. Once, like I said, once one athlete form looks a certain, like the competition standard way, that's what the decision should be based on. Now, let's say, for example, both of our forms were compromised, and it's like, oh, both of them have compromised form. Both of them, every rep for rep, what they did was compromised form. Now, if, let's say I do 19 compromise, and then Dark Knight did 20, and he did 19 compromise, and then wait, hold on. If I do 20, all my 20 are compromised, and then he does 19 compromise and 1 compromise, and I still finish before him, the person with the on-compromise, the one on-compromise form, they should take the win. Tell me if you agree with that. So I tried to go back to back through it. Nope, that would not count. That right there, that would not count. So if he, like I said, the one that I'm doing, if I'm doing a chicken wing and he didn't do any chicken wing, when it comes to the end of the battle, the person is like, hey, Irvin, you finished first, good job. No, no. That's why, honestly, even if I did win that, I wouldn't have taken it if I finished first. That would not be fair. Compromise form. If it's not competition standard, if the competition standard is doing a chicken wing, hey, you know, you got that. If it's not, nope. I don't think Dark Knight was looking too worried there. He's like, when it comes down to disputing it, that would be an easy dispute. Perfect form. Perfect form. Perfect form. The type of stamina and endurance that you need to, and it comes down to training. It really comes down to training, to be completely honest. But obviously, stamina and endurance training, that should be part. Stamina and endurance should be part of your actual training programming. At this point, I was already dead. I'm just like, I can't stop, and that's why I always get injured, because I'm like, I know, you know, I shouldn't be doing something like this or whatever, but yeah, those are we say vegan reps, no chicken wings. No, that is full blown, that is cannibalism right there. That's not just chicken wing. At that point, I already felt like I was dying. I'm on the ground there, and I'm like, why am I doing this right now? I was really dying. I was, damn, Earth. Now I was dying. Shout out Dark Man. He was repping through that. I know he was feeling it too, man. This is not an easy routine. I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna record it. That's how I decided, yo, I'm gonna review this video, because I'm like, yo, when's the last time I done that routine? And I haven't. Yeah, and then I'm not gonna lie, my bicep, I think, well, after that, my bicep was sore for about 2 weeks, so I think I had pulled something during the actual pull-ups, the weighted pull-ups. Like I said, I wasn't training. You can't just jump into this and then think you're gonna win. You can't do that. This was just based off of, like, me being in relatively good shape, and exercising regularly, not training. You need to train. You need to have a structure, periodization programming, something like that. Periodization programming. When it comes to competition and battles and things like that, if you're not training in a periodization format, you're not going to get far. That's a fact. I was like, no matter what, I can't accept defeat. I see Dark Knight repping it out, clean reps back to back to back, but I'm like, yo, at least get a good workout. At least. And that's what it came down to. I'm like, yo, I'm just going to get myself a good workout, to be honest. I think the Dark Knight finish. I think he finished. Oh, no, he didn't. Not yet. Yeah, you see, when it comes down to it, the person with the cleaner form at the end, at this point, I'm just getting a workout, because I'm not going. There's no way that you could compete and say, I mean, and finish, even if you finish first and say, oh, I won that. No, never. And keep that in mind. If you're, the way he landed there, it looked like them knees were, man, damn. And I'm telling you, it was a cold day that day. It was cold. It was a cold day. Everyone wearing hoodies, sweaters, jackets. Good thing, we got warmed up and everything, but this was tough. That cold weather, being on... Yeah. Terrible form. Terrible form. Terrible form. It don't matter who it is. If you're doing a form like that and the other person is doing terrible form. Like I said, me personally, I don't know when to quit. Yesterday I was doing the workout that I just posted, doing how to get bigger muscle with calisthenics. I ripped my hands open and I kept going. Now it's on fire. It's burning. And it's supposed to be linking up with good money today. I'm going to be smart. As I get older, I try and be smarter. Like, yo, don't damage yourself beyond repair, okay? There he goes. Every rep. He didn't chicken wing one rep to my I don't think so. And chicken wings, do not do them. They will jack up your shoulders. Your shoulders will be... Just watching this right now, man, my shoulders are... Don't do that. Don't do that. If you feel like you're chicken wing, especially during like training, if it's not a competition and you're like trying to push yourself through it, do not chicken wing. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go back to the drawing board. Start with the simpler modifications and work your way up. Do not chicken wing. Your shoulders will be destroyed. Shoulder injuries are so easy to happen because that great range of motion that your shoulders can go through. But I don't know. I think I look better then, but I'm getting back. When you get dehydrated from, drinking certain things, kind of dries up your body. I feel like this is more. This is only how many? I feel like this is more than 20. You see, before he chicken wing, I don't know if you noticed that, before he chicken wing, he came down. Good. That's good. And at this point, he's just like going against himself in time and making sure he finishes the battle. Because even if you do 19, if you don't finish, you don't win. But I was dying. I was fully dying. I felt like my heart was really pumping out of my chest. Look at that foot. I thought I was about to do a backflip there. Ooh. At this time, it's just sheer determination. Like, I have no strength left in me, no endurance, no anything left to me at this point. Oh, he finished. He finished. Shout out Dark Knight, man. I still remember how his battle, that was power. It took me a little while to finish after. At this point, I'm like, yo, just get a workout, Irvin. Just get a workout. Get a good workout. Get a good workout. And damage your shoulders. Get a good workout and jack up your shoulders. Up to now, I don't have no shoulder problems. Make sure, like I said, you gotta do front delts, mid delts, rear delts, traps. You gotta keep that shoulder stable. Did a video with Good Money about that, so make sure you check it out. I don't think he posted it yet, but whenever you're watching this, go and check it out. I've done a bunch of shoulder workout videos. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. You can go ahead and check out this battle on That's Good Money's YouTube. Let me just see how yeah, whew. Like I said, at this point, we was just getting a workout. And at this time, I weighed 205. I weighed 205 at that point. Or 202, something like that. 202 or 205. So I was heavier than I am now. I'm getting... I don't think I want to get back up to 205. I don't think. Not for any bad reason or anything, but I kind of like being just like in between. Right now I'm 197, 199. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Look, man, I think everyone should, if you train, you know, if you're a calisthenics enthusiast, I think everyone should go ahead and battle, like just for the fun of it, for the experience, for the mental drive. It's not even about, like, of course if you're battling you want to win, so you should definitely train, but that's why I'm saying you should do it. It will bring your work ethic to another level. Like in the 2 weeks that I was notified that I should be battling, well, he asked me and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I didn't think it was gonna be that hard, but and I never did the routine. Like typically, if you're training, you should do the routine before you actually do it. I didn't do that. I would just like kind of do push-ups, I'll do, you know, pull-ups, you know, that regular stuff. No, you should be training. You should do the routine that you will be doing during the battle. So shout out once again, Dark Knight, man. That was a crazy battle. That was intense. That gave me, when I tell you, one of the best workouts I ever got. That was crazy. So yeah, look, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. Health is wealth, get money. Yo, if you want to know how to level up, click the link below in the description, and we'll help you do it. So like I said, don't back down, man. Just push yourself, keep an open mind. It's bigger than just like pushing yourself physically. The mental drive, the mental workout that you get from even training for something like this, you can't really compare it to anywhere else. So thanks for watching. Let me know what other videos y'all want to see me review. Any advice, any insight, any feedback, always welcome. Health is wealth, get money. It's always a warm-up.